If you're a normal person, but you don't like the position I stand about our identity, calm down. Follow me watch this video. Yes, this video is a blessing in disguise. This video is about the Ijos, the Shakiris, and the Robos who are having conflict over the ownership of Warri. But I want you to calm down and watch the video. And anywhere they mention Ishakiri and their king, the Olu of Warri or the Olu of Ishakiri, make sure you put Oba of Benin in that story. Then you begin to understand why people like us are here to change the narrative. I'll be back.
Now, for many of you, for those of you who are, maybe some of you have lost touch with reality, who are not coming for this area thing, who don't know where they happen. Warri is actually an umbrella. It's an umbrella that covers all of us. We all went to school, say, I be Warri boy. We like her. Like that. But this thing, they move in cycle. Our ancestors don't reject the name Warri for 1952. And that's the root cause of the problem. Olu of Ishekiri was crowned Olu of Ishekiri in 1936. You know, say the British, the wise were. When they won first crown him as Olu of Warri for 1936, that time, the UPU never too strong. So that the Udogu Okpe, now they write letter on behalf of Urobo. So the Udogu Okpe, led by Le Shifayoman at that time, because Okpe had no king too, now wrote to the white men that there are rumors flickering around that the new Ishakiri monarch is to be crowned Olu of Warri. Meanwhile, Warri was the name of an entire province, which means the whole of Delta State that time. We are all members of Warri. We are all citizens of Warri Province. So, in the real sense, when you get the person saying a Warri boy, not true. When sample person saying a Warri boy, not true. When Isoko man saying a Warri person, not true. When Ukwane man saying a Warri person, not true. Because they were all in the Warri Province before 1952. Warri was the name of a province. That is like the Delta State of today. So when they now had a rumor, I know at that time, now native authority system, the king is the local government chairman. They now had that the king wants to be crowned Olu of Warri, and Warri was the name of a state. They now said, hey, British, Urobos, through the Udogu Okpe, now wrote, please, don't crown this man as Olu of Warri, because there are other tribes in the Warri province, and we don't want people to look as if he's the number one king in the Warri province. But why would they write such a letter? It is because of the attitude of the Shekiri man. The Shekiris that were claiming ownership of the whole of Warri, they used one technical-based judgment to get one kind of judgment in Agbasa that they don't understand. They were taking hold of Saple and Ogara, that they were all Olu land. So, and Mosoga and Jesse, so the bitterness had already been there. And that is what is causing the agitation. And so, the British have carefully examined the matter. The British then said that we have carefully researched this matter. And we have met all, I have defined, I will be from National Archive Ibadan. I will be declassifying it from time to time. We read it one by one. That the most appropriate title for him should be Olu of Ishekiri. And that one calm nerves. And Ginua II, Emiko Akengbuwa, was crowned as Olu of Ishekiri on the 9th of February 1936. But he didn't stop there. After being crowned, he started writing later, change my title to Olu of Warri, change my title to Olu of Warri. The Portuguese called me King of Warri. Yes, the Portuguese called him King of Warri, but they didn't call him Olu of Warri. The Portuguese saw that there was a king with no title. That time the Olu title was not known to them. So they were just addressing him as King of Warri because the Portuguese were calling the place Warri. It was the Portuguese and the British that were calling the place Warri. The Shekiri people were calling the place Ode Shekiri. And so he was not trying to use the Portuguese something to dominate the people. Well, following the 1946, following the racial constitution, the British handed over power to the region that black people should start taking care of themselves at the regional level. Only the central government should be the British. And they formed political parties. And the king started playing politics, which was even against the rule. And they won. Immediately they won, the Shekiri said they are Yoruba people. They are just one of the Yoruba tribes. They became majority. And from there, Urobos voted for Azikiwe. Why is Shekiri voted for Awolowo? Awolowo is trying to reward them. Now change the title from Olu of Ishekiri to Olu of Warri in 1952. As expected, there were riots all over the place. About 200 Ishekiris were vacated. Many Ishekiris were vacated from Urubuland. The ones in Agbaro were evicted. Very many Ishese were evicted. And very many were arrested to Isaple and sent to prison for the riot that was destructive. And the riot, there was a roadblock at Kavajina Primary School by the UPU that no person should bring food to Ishekiri side. As they were starving, they ran to meet Obankezwa, who came to beg. And they opened the blockade. And they started giving them food. And when was saying that the thing was so tense, called Urobo ethnic leaders. And said, okay, now, supposing we not change the name of the province from Warri Province to Delta Province. Urobo people say, yes. Since you say you don't want to change the title Olu of Warri again, then change the name of the province to Delta Province. And that's the Delta State we have today now. That was what brought peace. So our ancestors have done away with the name Warri before. In fact, the name Delta came because we rejected Warri. If not, today it would have been Warri State. Warri State with headquarters in Asaba. Delta, Warri State University, Abraka. Warri Teaching Hospital, Ogara. Warri Broadcasting Service, Ejeba. And then you now have Olu of Warri. And then they will now be telling you that all lands in Delta State are under the overlordship of the Olu. Shekiri will now be telling you like that. I think you see where we're going now. Now, that Warri that our ancestors rejected in 1952 is creeping back into Uroboland through urbanization. Because, you know, our settlements are very, very small and interconnected. If you move from Osubi to Ogulu, it's another community. To Oka, another community. To Okupere, it's another community. Now, somebody cannot be coming from Lagos and he will be saying Agbaru. Because in that vehicle, you will see somebody go to Efru, somebody go to Ebrumede, somebody go to Adeji, somebody go to Rerokbe, somebody go to Ugeli, somebody go to Jedo. So they still need a generic name. And that's where the worry comes in. And that's why I'm saying, no, if you want to kill it, if you want to kill the Warri, Efru people, if you don't want to kill the Warri, let us have a generic name, another generic name from all our settlements. And that's why we came with the option of Wado City. We didn't say we should change the name. We said a generic name for all our settlements. If not, Efru will remain Efru. Udu will remain Udu. Agbaro will remain Agbaro. But that generic name, that brand, they are saying, that umbrella. That's what is the umbrella?
Normally, there's nothing this man said in this video that's supposed to sound new to anyone who is following me. If you have been following me, you know that we have shared this story back and forth. However, they say repetition calls for emphasis. And it is good that this story is coming from another quarter, another different angle, from another person, so that you understand that we are not making this thing up by ourselves. If you transpose this story and inject the Benin Empire to where the Olu of Warri story, wherever you see them mention Olu of Warri of Olu of Ishakiri case, and you put the Benin Empire, you understand that exactly what transpired in the Warri Province is what happened in the Benin Province. After the Aye Kumeku that lasted for 31 years, 1883 to 1914, between the Anyoma people and the British government, there was an intention by the British government to devise what they call divide and rule and split the people in order to govern them. So the Ukwani region are part of those who are cut into two from with the Anyoma people and joined the Warri Province, while the Kars joined the Benin Province. Exactly. And if you follow this man's story, he told you that they foresee what will happen today by their fathers, trying to reject the name Warri when they want to crown the man, the Warri, the rule of Warri. And they refuse as of 1936. 1936 is just 90 years. 1936 is just 90 years ago. So let it not be like you think say you don't take 100 or 200. No, 90 years ago. Most of these problems we are facing today would have been avoided 90 years ago. However, even as the Urobos foresee it and try to avoid it, they see four victims. Talk less of our people who do not even try to avoid it or do anything against it. The only thing our people did that time is that as of 1934, the Obi of Abo, with Obi of Idumujuboko, and some other kings went to British government to ask them that they don't want to be part of the Western region. And the British government said that the River Niger has naturally become a boundary between the Eastern and the Western region. The quest for our people to leave the Western region and join the Eastern region started as of the year 1934. It was resonated in the year 1952 and later come up again in the year 1963 when Chuma Osadebe, the Dennis Osadebe, the later Dennis Osadebe, who is the Senate president, proposed it in the floor of the National Assembly in Lagos that we need to leave the Western region. But that quest did not metamorphose us joining the Eastern region. Only ended we forming the Midwest. But our people have seen this thing from day one, that if they leave us to be in the so-called Benin Province or the Western region, one day people will start claiming us. And that's what we are facing today. The same thing that the Warris are trying to correct is what we are trying to correct the Benins. When you hear them say, and it be tenants, people will give land. That is what the Benin people are claiming today. Just 1991 here, that the former military administrator, Samuel Ubomudia, requested that the Wanke should be carved into Edo State. If not that Ubomudia wanted his both parents to be from one state, the Wanke would have been in Delta State today. You won't be hearing this story. This is our land. If you want to be Igbo, you should pack and go. These are the problem, and this is why people like us on internet trying to correct you people. I've said it time without number. We're not making videos online because we want to create enmity. But if you see from the man point of view, he's trying to re-educate people and trying to make everyone say we can be one. If you see they're proposing to have it as Wado City, we can be one, but don't claim that you own us. This has been my argument since 2002 when people like very wounded civilian and Liz Omori, they started talking about this identity crisis that Benin owns us. I've been this, I say, we are Igbo. We are not trying, don't force us, don't claim you own us. And this is what they have been doing. If they say we are Benin, it's a difference, but they will be claiming they own us, that they own the land. This is what they are telling the Wankers. This is what they are telling the Jaws. Now, this is what they are telling Ishans. They own everybody. But these are political creation given to your forefathers in order for the British actually made it so that they can govern people. We have said it time without number that most of these kings were not there initially. The British government install these people as the king so that they can use them as a leader to oversee the people. In Igbo land before, what they practice is Obaluku, but they devise a means to make them have small king in the villages so that they can be using the kings to checkmate the people. We have said we have shared this story over and over, and I'm ready to share it more again, throw light from different angles, because we know that repetition calls for emphasis. You guys need to be educated on the true history of why we are where we are today. We are totally different. These are problems that the British government created for us. Yes, we can coexist, but you claiming that you own people is what we don't want. Like I said, I don't still blame you all the time, because apart from the Shakiri, Urobo, Isoko, and the Joe case, in our own case, some of us are rejecting our own identity and be claiming we are come from Benin. That's why our own become more complicated. But like I promise you, I'm going to be here for the next 10 years to be puncturing the lies and be showing you evidences, logical reasoning, why we are different from you guys. I'm Mwafi Igbo. I'm out of here, John. Mwah.